Hello, noble ones. Welcome back to my channel. If you know that reference, you're the fucking nerd. Let's get started here. Not that. That is my stuff. You don't look at that. This. So, against Tottenham, we kind of played in a way I expected. Like, this isn't what I predicted, but it's something that I expected to see. So, we had Nunez going into midfield, and we played with a back three. Pretty much all game we played with a back three. Gustinov right back, Vardiol left back. But what we also saw is something I actually predicted, which is Gonzalez drifting into this left back spot when Vardiol pushes up. And the reason I talked about that is because if you remember playing against Club Brugge, their defensive midfielder, Ardon Yashari, does shift into the left back spot pretty often when the Kuiper, who likes to burst up the pitch, goes forwards. And that's just something that has worked out so well for Club Brugge this season that I thought Man City can do this with Gonzalez because we have a fullback who likes to go forwards, who likes to get goals and is very good at it. So might as well do this with Gonzalez. Nunez in midfield to hold it up. And if they try to counter, Guardiol gets back quickly and Gonzalez can still go into that midfield role. So it worked out very well. This is not exactly how we looked. It's more like Marmouche going up here for the front three. And Nunez actually pushed up further than Kovacic. And we also saw Marmouche and Haaland often rotating. Often we saw Marmouche being the deeper player and Haaland playing the balls into him. We're gonna see a lot of that. Haaland and Marmouche play off of each other very well. I like the way that we play off of each other here with Haaland. He's getting so much more involved, which is very important. Haaland is such a good player. Forget the goals, forget the assists. He is such, by the way, he has more assists per game than Sergio Aguero. Just saying. For anyone saying he's not a well-rounded striker. He is such a good player without goals and assists. But people underrate him because we haven't utilized him. Today he got on the ball quite a lot. And he was very good. There were a few moments where I thought you need to get that ball around faster. But we should have been letting this man have the ball a lot sooner. So he's gonna have to get used to that. That's something he should have gotten used to already. He didn't because we didn't play with him really. But for the most part, passing is good. First touch is actually very solid, but it's usually the second touch where he takes too long. He needs to be decisive. He needs to know, okay, before I even have the ball, where do I want to take the ball? If he does that, he'll continue to play incredibly well. Some of the passing he gave was very good. That ball to Omar Marmouche, I mean, just a little bit softer on that ball, and Omar Marmouche scores. It's 2-0, because that would have definitely been scored. Ricardo was in no man's land, really. And Man City would have won, pretty much 2-0. It would have been game done. There won't have been a tight game after that. So Haaland, I'm very happy with his performance, but I think there's someone else to talk about a very good performance. Someone I have not always rated, and that someone is obviously Husanov. No, it's not Husanov. Only a 7, by the way. Like, I don't get these player ratings. I don't get these player ratings. How is he only a 7? Husanov is ridiculous. Oh yeah, by the way, for anyone telling me that this guy does not defend at right back. So he's not a right back, but his heat map shows that he's almost exclusively right back. Sure. Makes sense, guys. Makes sense. But yeah, I don't need heat maps to prove me right because I have eyes. But the stats will always prove that I'm right because my eyes actually do their job. For anyone trying to tell me that, oh, the stats contradict you. I never give a fuck about stats. I don't look at them, but whenever I do, they prove me right. Because I have eyes, and eyes tell you the truth if you use them properly. Gustinov is incredible, by the way. He's just been playing so solidly since he first arrived. His first 20 minutes were awful, woeful, and he recouped from that, and then he played a decent game. Then his second game, he got a bit better, and his third game against Real Madrid, he got a bit better. Or was it against Liverpool? I can't remember. And then against Real Madrid, he played a bit better again. And he keeps getting better. And if you keep that up, like you can't keep getting better, of course, but he played an incredible game. He was our best defender this game. Guardiola and Nunez somehow get better ratings. I don't know how that works. Nunez started the game off well, to be fair to him. Nunez played pretty well this game as well. But yeah, Husanov is just so solid in the back. And Diaz with him as well. Diaz, of course, attackers avoid Diaz, you know. Attackers don't want to go into Diaz because they know they'll lose the ball if they try to take on Diaz. So they try to target Husanov. So Diaz's rating is pretty low here because he didn't get run at too often. Again, attackers don't want to take him on, but he does captain Husanov very well, and they're gonna try to target Husanov because they think he's a weaker centre back. That's not working out well for Tottenham. Doku. Let's talk about the main man. He played an incredibly good first half. The one thing he's been lacking all season is that final pass. And today he brought that final pass. Gave a really good ball into Haaland, which, by the way, Haaland got the ball onto Doku's side, just saying. So he played a really good ball into Haaland, who finished off a very good team goal, really. The goal started from on the right hand area with, I believe, Nunez or Gusanov. All the way down the left, then ball into the box. Really good. And Pedro Porro was seeing stars that first half. Then he got another ball into Savinho. Always has to score that. Like, I'm sorry, Savinho, I've rated him this season. You can't miss balls like that. That is amateurish. I scored those. I did not go pro, I scored those. When I played as a striker, yeah, in the youth academies, every single time I scored those. How can you be a professional footballer and not score that in such an important moment? That is woeful. And Savinho does that a lot. I don't care how good you are, mate. Start scoring your goals. It's getting frustrating. It's really, really frustrating to look at. So, Doku, really good first half. Second half, he wasn't bored. He just wasn't as good as in the first half. But he played decently. And the thing is, everyone played worse in the second half. We switched the tactics. In the first half, we defended deeply, went on the counter, dashed forward, and made Tottenham struggle. In the second half, we kind of panicked and we started playing a bit higher up. We started trying to control the game a bit more, which was the wrong decision. We had complete control over the game without having the ball. So we should have let Tottenham have the ball. Let them make their own decisions. But we won. So we won. We should not panic like that when we get to a second half. Just saying, but we ended up winning. There's of course 10 substitutes. Weird substitutions. Sorry, that was stupid by Pep. Bringing on Bernardo Silva for Nico. Don't do that, mates. Do not do that. He later brought on Gundogan as well, but he brought Foden on with him. He brought McAtee on too. Grealish as well. Grealish played as well. So he got a few minutes in there for the plays. I mean, if we were 3 goals up, I would not mind, but some of these substitutions are very poor to make at a 1 goal advantage. But Foden ended up getting assists to Haaland, who scored a really good goal for people saying that Haaland can't play football. He scored an incredible goal there at the end, and somehow it was ruled for a handball. So can someone explain to me what the Premier League rules are? Because I thought it's t-shirt line, right? It's t-shirt line. But that's apparently not the rules anymore. What are the rules in Premier League football? Is it t-shirt line? I thought that was the rule. Well, ball was above t-shirt line, so not handball. But is that not the rule anymore? Like, I'm sorry. How do you take that goal for 2 minutes and still get it wrong? I actually don't know the Premier League rules anymore. The refereeing is so horrid. And it's not corruption. It is not corruption. It is not rigging. Everyone suffers from this. Arsenal has suffered from it this season. Liverpool, us, Tottenham themselves. But that is horrid refereeing. And the reason it matters here is because if on that counter, right at the end of the game, the header was scored by Tal, we are fucked. that should have been 2-0. And then Del can have that header and scored it. It would have been 1-2 and we win. That is why it matters. But I'm not going to rant on that for too long. Incredible performance in the first half. Second half, dropped off a bit. We got panicked. We need to learn to keep our calm when you get into a second half. And it is panic, by the way. Because here is the thing. People are like, oh, we're trying to control the game. It's not panic. No, it is panic. There was a game plan. It worked. But now you're panicking and you're reverting to what you're used to playing. Rather than what you're supposed to be playing. Don't do that. Good game, but second half had to be better. You can't criticize that, even though it was a good game. Pep made some important decisions that I'm very happy about, like benching Foden. I think Foden played decently. I want him benched anyway, for the next game. I want Foden to really work his way back into this team, just so he knows I don't deserve a spot unless I play well. Because maybe that will inspire him to play better again. And if he plays better again, I mean, obviously, a better Foden is better for us. So that's it for me, I suppose. Tell me your opinions down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Helps the channel out a ton. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.